There we go. Now let's see if there's any comments. No. What is that freaking program? None of this will work. None of this will work. Hey, non-fam. Hey, Jeff. Oh, what is that? I had to reboot my entire computer, and I'm having trouble connecting my Stream Deck because I forget the name of that silly little hey Tron, that silly little program that I got to run to get my Stream Deck working. What the heck is that software? Companion. There it is, right there. Let me just launch Companion here. There we are. There we are. Now I should be able to go ahead and there we go. I can switch cameras now. Aha. There we go. Good. Well, hello everybody. Oh, hello everybody. Let me break something here for a minute. That's what I get for doing impromptu streams. Let's zoom out of this guy here. Let's zoom right out. And there we are. And focus a little bit and brighten that image up a little bit. Is that brighter or is that? Ah, there we go. And there, all I'm doing here is, hey Teza, all I'm going to do here is put the cover on. There we go. And my light's on. Yeah, it's pretty dark here. I need a better light here. Hey, Jerry. Hey, Michael Castle. Jack Black. Holy crap. 3D Medic Vince. Holy crap. I didn't expect this many people. Loyal Streaming giving away helmets. Why aren't you guys over there winning helmets? That is... If I turn this on a different angle, it's a little brighter that way, but I'm all finished under here. The only thing I haven't hooked up under here is there's a wire right here for the chamber fan, and it's the only thing that I haven't hooked up yet. And I don't think I'm going to worry about hooking that up right now. I can always hook that up another time. Yeah, I find I'm having a hard time getting into Twitch streams again, because especially the ones with all the hype and all the stuff going on the screen and all the bouncies and all the, I don't know whether it's just because I'm 60 and grumpy, or if it's my OCD, or if it's yeah, you know, I don't know. I can only handle watching that in small doses now with all that stuff going on. The drop game, I don't mind. It's pew, and it's kind of fun, but all the, anyways, I think it's just a grumpy old man thing. I don't know. Anyways, those of you that were on last night and the night before, Jack Black, just looking back to your first build on a RepRap forum 2014. Wow, have we ever come a long way? Yes. So before I did the input shaper on the Trident here, we printed a couple prints, and if we look at the prints from prior to input shaping, there's kind of the prints are solid, the infill's fine. I mean, this would be usable if I didn't find it so ugly, but there's the one prior to input shaping. Then we did some input shaping, and there is the finish now. Man, the camera makes it look really bad, but that is actually not, that's pretty smooth in real life. But if you compare the two, you can see a significant difference. Oh, I'm going to say there's a little cooling issue on the corner there. Man, the camera's making this one look terrible, but it's not so terrible in person. And it's the gray filament too. But the input shaper, the piece after input shaping has printed a whole lot cleaner. I mean, you can kind of see it there, especially up in the top on this one, and then the top on this one. anyways, it made a significant difference in printing the piece cleaner. I ran it again, and because I've been fiddling around with it. But anyways, I'm going to toss. Why do I have a spare one of these? I don't know. I printed a lot of extra pieces for some reason, but these ones are going in the recycle. These ones I'm going to use. These are usable pieces. They're much smoother. I don't know what's going on with this one corner. It's a cooling issue on this one corner, but the fan was on 30% for these prints, and they're still pretty good. I did snug my belts up a little wee bit because I do still on some sides of these, and that's on the X. I believe that's on the Y side is where I'm having still a few layer lines. So I've snugged the belts up a little bit, and I've snugged the belts up a little bit, and then I've also adjusted. I've done the input shaper, run it once again, but these are usable for sure. So I'm going to be printing some more parts. But right now, I just wanted to put the bottom on this. Actually, if I turn this way, and if I turn this camera over this way, there we go. We get a little better view here. Looks like I need more filament. Hang on. Let's see. What do you mean, Jerry? Here. Okay, let's see. We have filament over there. We have filament up there with the Yetis. Look at that guy. I love that little piece right there that LDO sent at Christmas time. Oh, come on. It's hard to see. Neat little fan. And then we've got some filament in the bamboo. And then we've got some filament over on that far bench. And then we've got a box full of filament on the floor over there. But you are right. I do need some more filament. Oh, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. There we are. Okay, now up a little. And there we're back to normal. Use it or lose it. I'm not a hoarder. But anyway, so I want to put this on. This is just the input shaper wire. I've got to figure out how to deal with that. So everything under here is as is. As I say, I'm not going to worry about the chamber fan right now. This guy goes in like this. So what I need to do is put the stay. I've got all the pieces printed for this. Even the bottom panel gets some pretty color. So there's all the hinges for the bottom panel. Even the bottom panel gets some yellow. So there's 2 hinge pieces that I believe I'm going to put right here so that we can open that back door as we need to. And then we have a side piece, and 2 front pieces. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of these and 2 of these. And of course, I always print spares. So we've got spares. I keep forgetting which camera I'm on. This one, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. Yeah, and I've already cut back on them. So let's throw those in there. We need some M3 screws. And honestly, guys, I love the fact that so many people join me when I just do these impromptu streams, because I honestly just came down to do some work, and it's like, let's just stream and I can talk instead of talking to myself. I'm just going to stream for a little bit tonight, and then I'm going to go up and hopefully rent a movie on stream a movie. I want to see that movie called Knock at the Cabin Door. And apparently it's available on streaming now. So we're going to see how much it costs to rent it and have a peek at it. So I believe I need M3x8s for this. Oh, and you want to see something really funky that came in today after the longest wait? Look. Now it's going to take the guesswork out of it. Hey, Chris Travis, look at these. The brand is called Neewer. It's the same company that makes the lights that I use, some of the lights that I use, Neewer. And they are color coded. So you have the 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3 millimeter hex keys color coded. So now I know the blue one's the popular one that gets used the most, et cetera, et cetera. So I love the fact they're color coded. Amazon. So there we go. So blue one is for 2mm or for 3mm M3 screws. So 2.5mm. Very cool. I'm your favorite of all folks you've ever watched. Jack, you're just being modest. Nah. Projects in Dad's Garage. Hello, hello. Good movie. I haven't seen it yet, Jerry. So I definitely want to see it. Yeah, M38 is going to work for this. So let's get this one screwed on. This way I can also I need to get the position for the tape on this too. So we're going to do that. You're doing a dual color print on the IDEX right now. Which IDEX, Chris? I forget which IDEX you have. Too many people I know on here. They slip, smooth shaft, not notched. Oh, they do? Well, this one hasn't. I could, if it does slip, so far it's good. And if it slips eventually, what I'll do is I'll take my Dremel and I'll Dremel a flat notch on it, and we will fix that. But so far it's brand new, so maybe it will. As I say, if it does, I shall fix it. Oh, the Kaiwu Tycoon. Okay. How do you like the Kaiwu? How do you like that? I had a Kaiwu. I've heard really good things about it. I had a Kaiwu Tycoon, not the Max, just the standard one. It was a Kickstarter, and I ended up selling it. I personally didn't like it. The guy I sold it to apparently got it working quite well. I just had no luck with it. You like the unfiltered and unrehearsed reality, and I am unrehearsed and I am unfiltered. I will be doing some videos this year. I've already got, according to Think Media, I do a lot of watching of Think Media. They give a lot of tips for streamers on how to be successful and how to do different things. But according to Think Media, and I've heard it from vidIQ in a few places, that when you're going to do a video, and I've got 2 videos lined up to do, they say, "No, you did not do that to me. I did not hand gesture you. Stop. Are you following my face now? Good. Good." This camera's very, very scary. The kind of rule of thumb, no pun intended with the thumb there, is to create your thumbnail first before you even do your video content, which I've done. I've created 2 thumbnails for 2 videos I'm going to do. And I love the thumbnails. I think they're great. And the 2 videos, I've got all the content and I've got the B-roll and everything done for them. I just have to get my in gear and do the videos. So that's what I got to do. But they're going to be real. Again, they're not going to be. My goal when I do my videos is to do very little editing on them, so that to keep it real. If I make a mistake, I'm not going to edit my mistakes out. I don't like that. I'm going to keep it in, keep everything as real as possible. But I do feel that I've stalled with the subscriber count, and I think part of that reason is I'm doing too many lives, and people don't want to sit through a full live. And 80% of the people that watch my videos, and this is the same with a lot of people, 80%, 70 to 80% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. Oh, you stupid hand gesture thing. You did it again, didn't you? Stop. There we go. It did it again. I got to move that back where it was. Stay put, camera. Just do live, no editing needed. Exactly. Well, I've got a few. I've done a few B-roll things, so I'm going to do my videos live and talk about what I want to do live, like looking at the camera. But then I will cut in to some of the B-roll I've done. That's the only editing really I'm going to do is the B-roll, for the most part, and then maybe some voiceovers on the B-roll. But that would be the bulk of it. Okay, so this goes in here. And this is going to shut on this guy, and this one's going to shut on this guy. So that should be the right position. Oops, the bottom one slipped a bit. That should be the right position for these hinges for this door. Let's see if did I mess that up? I might have messed that up a little bit. Oh no, It's gonna be a little bit loose anyways, just because of these panels, the way these things are kind of fixed on. So as long as that'll open for me to allow me to work in it, and then I can close it up, that should be good. Okay. And we'll take some more M38s. Hey, Richard. Hello, boss. Sir, boss. Just talking about thumbnails and videos and yada, yuda. As you can tell, I guess I need to tape these on these whole thing. That's right. These have got to be double-sided tape to these so that basically this doesn't just flop around like flippity floppity. Okay, man, if I have to, I think actually, can I get these ones off still? Oh, no, I'm kind of screwed with that. I think I'm okay though. So let's go ahead and, what are we doing tonight, James? Not a whole lot. It's mainly me on here because I didn't want to be alone, and I need some company while I'm doing my work down here. And we reprinted those parts, and after doing the input shaper, they came out they're not perfect because I tensioned the belts a bit more, but after doing input shaper, they came out much nicer. They came out much cleaner. Those first layers are great because I use the smooth PEI sheet, but they came out much better after the input shaper. So I'm very happy with what I'm getting off there now, other than I just needed to snug my belts up just a hair more. So, and right now I am just putting the bottom cover on the electronics bay on the Trident because I'm pretty much finished with all the wiring on this now. I'm happy with the way it's gone. I will be opening it up later because we do have that. Hey, Maker Viking, hello, and Collie 05. Everything to finish the Switchwire build will be there tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we do have some big Tree Tech stuff coming, from BQ that we're going to be upgrading on this. And I may have a few other things coming to do some modifications on this, but for now we're done. The only thing that's not hooked up on this, and it's not a huge deal for me right now, is the chamber fan on the back of the printer is not hooked up. But I don't know if I'm going to even end up hooking that up or what I want to do with that. So hence, throw the bottom cover on, get it complete, snap some pictures. You know, with the 4 Voron builds I've done so far, and I know, slap my hand, whatever you do in a case like this, I've not yet requested a serial number. I don't have a serial number for any of these. And I don't know if I want to, if I will, I might, I don't know. That's maybe more bragging rights. But the nice thing about these is on 2 of them, and it's funny that the other 2 don't, but on 2 of them, there's a nice little engraved plaque from LDO with its own sort of serial number on it. So the pile of upgrades waiting to go on the 2.4 is rather large. Yes. Did I get an answer from BQ? Oh, yes, I did. The answer I got from them was, let's see. They said, yeah, I asked about if he got it. He said, yeah, I just came back, checked my messages, got your address. Thank you for your love of our brand. If you have time to review for us, that would be great. I will arrange for shipping as soon as possible. So they say as soon as possible for shipping. So we will see what that means. We will see. So I'm assuming that stuff's going to ship from China. So when it gets here, that will be another stream where I do that modification on this guy. So that'll be an interesting mod. Oh, and I had one more here. 28th of Feb. Hey, bigger fish. Okay. Okie doke. So now I'm just going to grab my skizzers right here. And we're just going to trim off this excess VHB tape. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll stream my movie later. It's not really, Maria's not really interested in that movie, and it's not a movie for kids. So I'm definitely, no, a movie that I want to see with Maria that she wants to go see is, you've probably all heard of it. It's a movie called Cocaine Bear. It just looks so stupid. It looks so stupid. It looks good. Anyways, it's going to be fun. What upgrades? We are putting, well, the first one right now, well, we've already done the tap. But what I'm getting from BQ is going to be a, I can never remember the name of this thing, but it's going to be their EBB 2240, which is going to allow us to run from the hot end down to the main board using CAN bus, which is going to be, from what I've been hearing, 4 wires instead of 14, instead of 18. So we're going to have 4 wires going from the hot end instead of 18 that are going to be able to run everything on the hot end. So should be interesting to see. Should be, I'm really actually interested to see how that all works. So now I'm going to have to do this. How do I want to do this? Oh, I'm just going to have to eyeball. Whoa, whoa. Caught it. Didn't hit the floor. Oh, you're asking Dad's garage. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just tell him you want the duck. I got, you know how many ducks I have, Jack? I have like 8 of their ducks already. I have so many ducks that it quacks me up. Sorry, dad jokes. I could be not kind of following the chat fully, and I'm missing what I'm answering questions that I'm not being asked. That's funny. Does Clipper support TMC 2240? I would hope so, because they're offering that with I don't, you know, that's a good question. In my limited knowledge and my little pea brain mind, I'm not going to call it a pea brain mind, but I am naive to a point sometimes. But in my naive mind, I'm thinking they wouldn't offer that as a stealth burner, exclusive stealth burner upgrade if Clipper didn't take, didn't work with 2240 steppers. So, and maybe they're working on it. Maybe they don't yet. Maybe they will with one of the updates. I've been updating. There was like 5 or 6 updates just tonight that I did on for the firmware and Clipper and Moonraker and all that. So yeah, it does. Jack Black says, there we go. Coley, you missed my streams this week. What happened with my LEDs? Okay, well, with my LEDs, third time's a charm. Well, no, third time's not a charm. After the third time changing them, and after burning out 2 sets of LEDs by running the wrong voltage through them, which was an idiotic mistake, but it happened. And I'm sure that everybody who's done builds has done dumb things, but I'm the king of dumb. But I on the last time, everything went in fine. The voltage was fine. It was getting the signaling and everything, but on my Rainbow Barf, 6 out of 8 of the LEDs were not working. So, which is not a big deal. I didn't pay for it, so I'm not complaining. And knowing my supplier, he'll send me another one anyways, eventually. But anyways, I just threw my hands up in a sense and said, you know, I said, the heck with the Rainbow Barf. The heck with the Rainbow Barf. I just went back to the standard 3 LEDs. I want a functional printer. I don't necessarily need a printer to have fancy lighting. If I have my standard 3 LEDs, which are working on the hot end, that's fine. If the Rainbow Barf's not working, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. So I just decided to stick this on and be in the wrong position. I just decided that I don't need the Rainbow Barf. Went back to the standard 3 LEDs and called it a day. There we are. So that one's on. And that one's in the right position. That'll work. Okay, so let's go ahead and screw this one in. There we are. Okay, good. And the bottom one here, I gotta bend my head down here. Actually, I've got to, it's probably an easier way to do this, but there we go. Direct your board or U2C, still waiting on mine. Okay. Couple conversations going on. Awesome. Okay. Oh, I want to back up over this camera. Okay, let's get this bottom one on. Okay, I think we're good right there. Let's find out. And are you going to reach? Oh, there we go. Good. Okay, so we got those on. Now we just have two more over here. Why am I short a clip? I can't be short one. 1, 2, 3. Did I drop one? Anyways, it'll be here somewhere. I have a spare if I can't find it. Okay, that one. And I could have sworn I taped up another one. Maybe I didn't. I am losing my mind. Did I drop it? Maybe I didn't print a spare. I would have sworn I printed a spare. Stuck to my shirt. You made me look. You made me look, James. Because knowing me, I wouldn't be surprised if I did stick it to my shirt. Okay. So good news, Richard. I'm going to be printing more of your parts tonight. Now that I can depend on this thing to be printing. And yeah, I'm kind of hoping Golden Jaguar pops his head. And I want to, you can walk me through what? Oh, the EBB 36. Anybody can walk me through anything. We're going to go direct to Octopus, but ended up getting the UTOC as well. You know, it's really cool. It's elbow. Elbow? What? Oh, son of a gun. Oh, you're kidding me. Is it still sticky enough? Probably not. Unreal. And there we go. Joke's on me when I said, you made me look. Okay, there we go. Elbow, elbow. Everything elbow. There we go. That's okay. Yeah, what I was going to say, I was actually surprised when I got that Twitter message from BQ because I'm a tiny channel and I've had a couple companies reach out to me. BQ, I was surprised they reached out to me with that. That's the second time that somebody from their company has reached out to me. And then also I'm dealing with a fine person at Kingroon. So, you know, I've got that Kingroon sitting over here, the KP3S. I'll be getting eventually KP3S Pro and a KP5. I'm dealing with them, and they sent me just the other week some filament of theirs to try. So I'm really kind of humbled that some of these companies have reached out the way they have. Okay. We think we're okay there. So let's see if I can line the holes up here. Let's see. Shadell, hello. Or have I not said hello already? I don't know. Pay attention to chat, Tim. There we go. Come on, get in the hole. What the heck? That's what she said. Yeah, I know. Oh, okay. Just have to kind of move that over just a little bit. Oh, let's just see. These little panels move a tiny little bit, so there we are. That should be it right there. There it is. Okay, so we got that one. And this guy is lined up nicely. And these should be good to go. We have a bottom panel. Look at that. We have a bottom panel. It's nice and bright and pretty. Good thing my depth perception is what it is. Oh, thanks, Jack. Many moons ago, I was telling Richard when I was talking to him one day, many moons ago, I was extremely shy. You wouldn't catch me dead doing this type of thing. But streaming, a few years back, a guy you all know, DB3D Dan, kind of nudged me and said, get on, do some streaming, do it. And I did, and it really helps with the shyness issue, doing the live streams. And then when you meet people in person, for the first time, or you run into somebody and they say, hey, you're a DeWitt guy. I've had one guy works for an elevator company that services the elevator in their building, Otis, right? That's the elevator service guys. Their jobs has their ups and downs. That's a real bad dad joke, but came into my office and he said, you're the guy that streams. I said, yeah. So he's watched my channel, and it was like, cool. So every time he's in the elevator, in the building servicing or doing something in the elevators, he pops in and we chat for 10 or 15 minutes about 3D printing. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I enjoy this. Brands are attracted by good people. Well, I know that, like for instance, Polymaker works with a lot of us small guys, a lot of small channels, and I think they look at the audience that the channels have, and what their target audience is, and so forth. And then you have the big guys, and I totally respect the big guys like Joel's and I'm having a brain fart, but you guys all know. I mean, the real big guys. I did not say that. Stop the face follow thing. There we go. But a lot of those big channels now get paid to do the reviews. So they'll say, okay, I'll review your product. You pay me to review your product. And I know a lot of the bigger channels also turn down reviews. They say, no, I won't do that for whatever reason here and there. They turn them down. But a little channel like mine that's growing and that wants to grow, I welcome the opportunities, depending on what it is. I'll welcome the opportunities. So, but you also got to be wary of the scams. I mean, as Richard had posted and Sam Prentice had posted, there's that scam going around where they're sending you a picture of a printer saying, do you want one? All you got to do is pay shipping. And then I've got the ones that said, yeah, pay the shipping, and when you get your product, we'll refund you your shipping. And I say to them, what is the point then of me paying shipping if you're just going to pay me back the shipping? And I say, nice try, bye-bye. So, yeah. There's a reason Shaq has more endorsements than any other athlete. He's a nice guy. Big guys have to be nice. They do. He's got size 85 feet, too. Have I become famous enough to be recognized by strangers? One so far. One. Yeah. I have a stalker. Oh, my God. No, I don't. Okay, so let's stand this sucker up. As I say, the only thing that I haven't done on this is plugged in that back chamber fan, but I don't really want to right now. So let's see if I can stand this up without getting a hernia. Then I just got to figure out what to do with this. I'm going to try that retractor idea. Here we go. That's got to be a good, that's got to be 40 pounds. 40 pounds of printer right there. Wow. So yeah, here's that little thing I was talking about. No, not that little thing. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on. See if this will focus on this. It should. Right there, that's the little engraved plaque. It's a little metal plaque that comes engraved, and it's the LDO kit number. So I guess that's the LDO serial number for this kit. And so I've stuck that on here, and I got one of them on one of the 0.1s as well. So, but I didn't get one for the 2.4 or the second 0.1. So, but it's kind of neat little touch, really cool. And then also came with a few, funky looking stickers, a Trident 2.4 and a 0.1 sticker with these things. So yeah, I'm selective where I put my stickers on my stuff, but I like to give credit where credit is due. So I will stick a Voron / LDO sticker. I love stickers, by the way. And I'll stick one right here. There we go. And and it's like, I want a sticker for this and this and this. I could just make my own stickers. That's what I do for a living. Part of what I do for a living. But it's nice when you get the stickers from the company, the legitimate stickers. It's pretty cool. And then yeah, that serial number coincides with the. There's also that same number on the packing list that came with the kit, so it corresponds with it. So it's pretty cool. Nice little touch. But I think that's a neat little touch. Let me grab a drink here. Bottle of Screech. I've been screeched in before, Shadell. Back when I used to go to conferences with the company I'm with a franchise, before Canada sold it to the U.S., we used to do what were called what did we call them before, where all the owners would get together at certain locations, and I've been to a ton of them. And we went to Newfoundland for one of them, and so when in Newfoundland, I actually tried lobster for the first time there. I've never liked lobster, and I didn't like it there, and it was fresh. And when I say fresh, I mean very fresh. And I didn't like it. And so I got screeched in, which was cool. We went jigging for cod on a boat. The owner from Newfoundland had friends that had a boat, so we went jigging for cod. So that's, what that is, where you, for those that don't know it, you have a big hook on a thick line. You don't even have a fishing rod. You throw that line in the water, and you just basically, and the one that I caught them by the side. So it's called, because they're so thick and so many there. So we brought the cod up. And I kissed the cod. Of course, you have to kiss a cod when you're there. They clean them right on the boat. I didn't do this, but one of the other people drank fresh, and I mean really fresh and warm cod liver oil. He regretted it. And then later on, when we cooked the fish, I actually ate cod tongue. So I've been through the whole rigmarole. I think I was basically Newfoundlandized while I was there. So it's pretty cool. What part? It was in, where was his shop? St. John's, Newfoundland. Yeah. Is this a 3D printer or a new arcade game? It's a new arcade game, Marcel. Hey, Marcel, nice to see you. It's a new arcade game. Didn't I tell you about that? It's all the bells and whistles. There's somebody else out there that's making a printer that's built a Voron. They're calling it Skittles. I love their hot end, and I think it's the same guy. He actually painted all the little dots on the drag chain, but he's calling his printer Skittles. But I think I started this multicolor one first. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I thought this was kind of unique, and then he came out with the one called Skittles, which, anyways, 3-hour drive for you. Okay. The Poor Boy channel at Marcel Off Axis. Yeah, both people. Hey, Poor Boy. Marcel, I haven't seen you in a while. I've been watching all your Facebook stuff, though. Okay, so let's home this sucker. I've got what's coming out of the hot end here. What is that? Doesn't look like filament. Oh, it is filament. It looked red. And for some reason, I guess I had the, I think I hit a button. I must have had a button hit when I turned it over because my extruder was hot. Now it's cooling down. It won't home till it gets 150. Working on your stealth burner parts tonight. Cool. Very cool. 25 people. Hey, thanks for being here, guys, especially just on a Friday night when I just said, let's just go live to get me a little bit of company and we'll just finish putting this thing together. And I gotta find. I have one of those little key things where you go and it goes back in. And I wonder if I can adapt that to this somehow, or maybe I'll try that printed one I saw. But these doors close nicely now. Like, boom, like this thing just came together so beautiful. Marcel, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Appreciate that. Thank you. You don't have to kiss it. Your friend just wanted to make fun of you. Seriously not? No, I've heard of kissing the cod. Come on. Thanks, Marcel. I'm really happy with this. I may end up redoing this, but I'm gonna wait until I get that the parts in from BQ to redo the whole hot end wiring and everything. And then I may rethink this. This was just me wanting to try a multicolor print on the bamboo. And it's just made out of PLA. I think it'll be fine out of PLA because it doesn't get super hot because that's actually where the fan runs through, so it's kind of cooling itself off. But I may rethink that when I do it. And I also want to put something down on the bottom. I want to put a graphic of some sort on the very bottom here, like a bright, maybe yellow or green or red graphic. So I just don't know of what yet. So, but we'll think about that. This is kind of my pride and joy printer. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So, okay, come on. Drop Dead Frederick, you think you'd rather do a surstrumming challenge than eat warm cod liver? I would not do that. I've never tried cod liver oil. Stuck at work, Stephen Reimer. Sorry to hear that. You're hoping to win a helmet on Loyal Stream while you watch mine. Well, good luck. There's a lot of people on there trying to win those helmets. None of them would fit my head. I have a fat head. Well, I have a bulky head. Although my business partner said my face is getting slimmer. Is the yellow Voron sign a sticker? It is. That is a sticker. And I believe it was, why is there a mark there? Oh, that's just filament. That's just a loose piece of something. I believe that was that Zenbender or Zexelt or Zach that sent me that. Yeah, pretty cool. I can cut those. I have I know a guy. I know a guy that does vinyl. So watch those first layers don't often have cooling and may melt your PLA. Yeah, that could very well be. Which is why this is only meant to be a temporary. It was just mostly like, let's just go into Bamboo Studio. Let's make some multicolor triangles and try out the AMS because that's when I first got the AMS. Printed it and said, let's just shove it on here. I had to change the LEDs anyways. For some reason, they're stuck on red now, so I'm going to go in and figure with the config file one time. But as I say, I'm not worried about the fancy flashy lights and everything. I like the end ones to be able to turn white, which they will once I fix the config file. But other than that, hey, you got your functional parts printed. You're going to start your Trident build tomorrow. Awesome. It's a fun build. It is a really fun build. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So let's go ahead and I like these new drivers. I want to see. Jerry said that these are. I'm gonna take one apart and just see if they've changed that. Maybe if there's no flat on it. Oh, there is a flat. So Jerry, if you're still on, there is a flat on these now. Maybe they had some complaints and they changed because there is a flat. Ooh. There's a flat spot on them now, right there. So let's just find that flat spot again. Yeah. I had, oh yeah, there it is, and there it is right there. So we're in the flat spot. I had busted my, and these are cheap. I'm surprised. On my other set, I had busted my 1.5 tip. So I wanted another tip, but I could only find the 1.5 in the kit of 4. But I like these ones because they are color coded. You just need your printed parts, and then you can get started on your Voron. Oh, come on, Richard, no pressure. Okay, fine. I'm going to start another sheet of parts tonight. Now that I can depend on this thing to print them, because I'm happy with these. I am. I mean, you're going to look at it and say, I could have got it a little cleaner on the sides here, and I'm going to say, well, then do it yourself, man. No. I think they turned out really, really well. I mean, I'm not complaining. As I say, I tightened the belts up. I snugged the belts up just a little bit more, did another input shaper, and I think the next batch will be even cleaner. But these are usable. So, like if we check out that, oh yeah, I mean that's decent. That's better than mine turned out for where the belts go in there. So. All of you on stream should pressure me to get it done. Go ahead and see how far that gets you. Do a temp tower. My goodness, you guys and your temp towers. Richard, you've poisoned them all. I know you never complain about my work. But let's see. While I'm here, let me open Prusa Slicer. Let me go ahead and open. There we are. Look at that. We even have the Trident build plate right here. Let's go ahead and look at Voron 2.4 STLs. Let's go ahead and look at the gantry. Let's go and look in the AB drive units. Oh, is that the one that I just printed? No, that's not the ones I just printed. So what we're gonna do, just to keep y'all happy, I'm gonna drag that over. I'm gonna drag that over. We're going to drag this over, and we're going to drag this over, and we're going to sort them. Oh, those are big. Anyways, we're going to close this window. We're going to get more parts, slowly but surely, but I'm going to do them in the attic because the gantry is one of the first things that gets built. 2.4 R2 STLs. I'm pretty sure that's the same folder I was just in. Let me double check. 2.4 R2 STLs. Yeah, it was the gantry, and it's yeah, that's exactly where I was. Don't make me regret this. Okay. As I was saying before, I was no, I'm just kidding. So here we are. Oh, hang on, let's switch. So here's their display camera. So there's the parts we're going to do next right now. These guys, the AB drive units. I don't like the way it sorted them, but if I kind of maybe just let's come like this. Let's go like this. Sometimes the sort's okay, but I kind of like sometimes doing my own sorting. Like this, and I don't like going really close to the edges of the bed. I could probably fit another part in here, but we're just going to go with these 4 and see how these work. And we should already have the right print settings going here for the Voron parts. 4 perimeters, 5 top, 5 bottom, 40% gyroid infill. I have I only need two loops and 3 millimeters from my object. Filament, I want 245. I should save this, and I haven't yet, but anyway, 245, 245, and 110 for the bed. Cooling, minimum fan speed, I'm cooling it at 30. 20 to 30. Enable auto cooling, and I want 20 minimum and 30 maximum. Because I find if I don't cool ABS, some people don't. Now, this is a question I asked yesterday about, see, you say no cooling, but some people don't cool ABS. Now, I find if I don't cool ABS, and I'll show you what happens. Do I have a sample here? I do. Is this the one? No. Where's the one part that I had? And it was awful. I can't, or is it over here? Hang on. I have a part here where I did it without cooling, and the top layers looked ugly, like really ugly. And I was also having some issues on the sidewalls when I wasn't enabling the cooling. Now, I've heard people say that they cool anywhere from 10 to 50% with ABS when printing in a chamber. Exactly. Because what was happening, and it's, you can't really tell on this piece. Yeah, you can see it a little bit here, or can you? It's hard to say. But I had already printed one of these. I'm going to be reprinting this anyways. But on this one, so it's hard to tell on here, but I found on some of the top layers, I was getting really ugly looking top layers on some of these pieces. And I know it's a result of cooling because I can see that it's almost like you can tell when it's bad cooling. I mean, like right up in this area, right in between my fingers there. Not as smooth as it should be. And then also, I was noticing some layer issues, and it was a result of not having cooling on. So, yeah, I always have cooling on ABS in a chamber, but I have a maximum 30% cooling. Stop. I don't want you doing that face follow thing. Feeding the baby and watching. Good night. Good night, Will. Anyone using the ironing? 50% for you. See, it depends on the fan, etc. Yeah, and I find 20 to 30% works fine. Looking at the X1 Carbon, it turns fan part on to 10% after the first few layers for ABS. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have the fan. I have the fan disabled for the first 3 layers, right here. So I disable it for the first 3 layers because you don't want cooling on the bed. You don't want that to come off the bed, right? So yeah. No cooling and no draft at all. Okay. But yeah, I'm fully enclosed, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, I've had success with it, so we'll keep going with it. We'll slice it. It'll be about 6 hours for these parts is my guess. Let's see what we do here. 6 hours, 20 minutes. Not a bad guess. Oops, you can't even see. If I move this over, you can see right there on the bottom, 6 hours, 20 minutes. Not a bad guess. So they'll print overnight. I can export the G code, A drive frame lower, and I can go upload. And then I can come here, and it's going to be right there. And we will hit print. And that's going to take a while to heat the bed up a bit. Heated chamber about 60, and don't open the box to, yeah, no, this will print overnight. The only time this opens is when it starts printing the first layer, and I just open it to make sure that it's a good first layer. But this thing seals. This thing seals now tighter than a duck's ass. I'm telling you. The only opening is in the back chamber fan, but it gets. I don't have a chamber thermistor, so I don't know how hot or cold the chamber runs. I didn't put a chamber thermistor in. Maybe with this new BQ, I don't remember the name of these things already, but and with the CAN bus system that I'm putting in, maybe I can get a chamber thermistor put in at that time. I don't know. So we'll see. You use ABS juice too? No, I'm just using and speaking of that, what I should do here is give this a little wipe. I'm just using the smooth PEI sheet, and those last parts stuck extremely well. Let's give it a little bit of a clean, and it sticks really well to this bed. I find this particular ABS that I'm running, which is Richards ABS, sticks. It's very sticky. Like, I don't know. It's got good stick properties to it. Nothing worse than getting your fingers pinched under those beds. You've perfected open air ABS printing after printing all your Trident parts. Top layers look a little weird, yeah. I don't have any carbon filtration in this, no, not yet, Dan. I've got to put, actually, come to think of it, I don't know if I would put the, I do have the kit for the, where did I put it? Right here. This did come with the Nevermore kit, which I haven't put together yet. And I guess the Nevermore is just going to sit on the bottom on this one. On the 2.4, it sits under the bed, in between those two rails that hold the bed on the bottom. So the EBB comes with the chamber thermistor on board. It comes with an accelerometer. Does it come with a chamber thermistor? That'd be sweet. Oh, it does, because no, it comes with it monitors the board temperature. Let's just see what it says here in the description that Big Tree Tech sent, that BQ sent to me. Let's just see here. Let's see. Comes with a robust overmodulated cord that integrates the power and data wires with a convenient XT30 2+2 connector, so it's a 4-cable connector, and breakout wires on the other end to make connecting the system up a breeze. It also uses a STM32 GOB blah blah MCU, which supports the hardware CAN bus solution. This helps reduce the MCU temperature and can result in more reliable CAN bus communication. Supports 5, 12, and 24 volt on the fan outputs, which allows users to swap over silent fans to use 12 volts with ease. 2240 option. It also features the new TMC 2240 drivers, which run much cooler and features the latest versions of Stealth Chop and Spread Cycle. Where was the other specs that I read about the onboard thermistor? Anyways, yeah. Oh, here we are. Yes, there is a chamber thermistor on the BTT board. Okay, well, that's good to know. Oh, man, and my hands are freezing. My hands have been cold all day today, like extremely cold. So USB-C or CAN bus to connect, okay, and it talks about onboard TMC 2240 or 2209. I'm getting the 2240s. Better thermal circuit protection, ideal for use with tight enclosure. Onboard ADXL 345, input shaping without the hassle. Onboard temperature sensor, know how hot your driver is. Onboard Max 31865 2/4 wire PT100 PT1000 support for those high temperature, high accuracy needs. A lot of this stuff is Greek to me until I learn about it. Bed leveling ports for auto bed leveling module or proximity switch. 3 fan ports. Heater cartridge connector supports currents up to 5 amps. All sockets and connectors have been carefully chosen and positioned to ensure your wiring will be simple and painless. To show your appreciation for your support, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so pretty cool. It sounds pretty cool. So streaming from 36,000 feet, living in the future. Woohoo! Hey, Smalls. All of that with a 4-wire umbilical. Isn't that incredible? 4 wires. Like, I can probably do with a tiny, tiny drag chain, if any drag chain. I mean, we'll see how that works. That's incredible. I don't even know what these things sell for. I'd be curious to know what they sell for, but that is incredible. What a difference that's going to make with these builds. Because a lot of the pain, I got to admit, a lot of the pain in the ass is running all these wires from the board up to the head. And then if you have a problem, it's like, okay, is there a pinched wire? Is there a bad wire? What did I forget? Anyways. So that's going to make it easy. 30-ish, that's it. $30-ish. Holy crap. Wow. That's not bad. Okay, we are at 83 degrees on the bed. We'll get this print started and we're going to shut her down. I'm going to go stream a movie. Let's just make sure this thing starts out okay. 75 already programmed. What do you mean programmed? I have to program stuff? Ugh. So does anybody want any dead LEDs? No? Should I keep these for video footage? Maybe I can keep these for soldering videos and do a video on how not to solder. How not to treat LEDs. You guys want to see a sneak peek of one of my upcoming videos? You'll be the first 25 people to get a preview of what's coming. If I can find it, let's see. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Why am I in iCloud Drive? That's what I want. There's what I want. There's what I'm looking for. What happened to my LEDs? You must have missed that. Well, poor boy channel. Not that I'm unknowledgeable about the fact that these LEDs run on 5 volts of power. I mean, every one of these LEDs on the back of it, including this rainbow bar, says clearly 5 volts. Okay. Long story as to how, you'll have to go watch the live streams, but when you run 24 volts through a 5 volt LEDs, they don't really like it. So when you do it twice, you feel like a fool. Didn't do it on purpose. I, in all honesty, thought there was only 5 volts going up that line, and there was when I had it plugged into the right port. But when you unplug it and move some wires around and plug it back into the wrong port, makes a little bit of a difference. Yeah. Need to flash in the big thing with any BTT product. Never plug in any heater when in DFU mode. Okay. 3rd time's a charm. Absolutely. So here's a sneak peek of what's coming up on a video. It's my thumbnail. Now it's not necessarily confirmed yet, but that's my new thumbnail. That's for an upcoming video. There we go. Don't be a tool. There we go. Don't be a tool. Because, yeah, I've been a tool sometimes. Okay, we are at 102 degrees. I want to get this thing going. I want to go watch my movie. So I don't know if I'm going to use this Nevermore kit. When I run ABS down here, this basement's very well ventilated. It's cold as all heck, so we are getting in and outdoor. We have circulation down here through because it's not finished, right? So there's always room for air. So I'm never down here for long periods of time while the ABS is running. And in all honesty, it really hasn't affected my behavior. I'm so scared. I'm just so scared. Who saw that movie Blair Witch Project? I'm just so scared. I don't know what to do. Sorry, guys. What movie? I want to watch. It's a movie called Knock on the Cabin Door. M. Night Shyamalan. Love his movies. No, poor boy channel. That thumbnail took me 12 minutes to make. If you don't use it, you'll put it. Richard, do not steal my thumbnail. Here, I'll show you again. 12 minutes. If that. Don't be a tool. And then I did a thumbnail for, this was the thumbnail I made for my blow-in LEDs. That wasn't very bright. See, do you see what I did there? That wasn't very bright because when I burnt them out, they weren't bright at all. So, Village of the Damned, good movie. Okay, we are at 109 degrees. We're going to start any second here now. I'll open the doors for this so you guys can watch what it does here. Oh, I forgot to change that darn... I got to go in and change my config file. It's set back for when I had the clicky so that the nozzle didn't get any seepage. It's set at to heat the nozzle only to 70% of the final printing temperature. Well, I've got to lower that because the tap will not probe higher than 150 degrees. That's just a set temperature so you don't damage the surface of the bed, especially on the smooth PEI on a 110 degree bed. That's hot. Yeah, so you don't damage the surface of it. So right now it's heating the nozzle up to 171.5, which we're still not going to get any seepage out of. But what's going to happen when it homes X and then homes Y, it's going to come to the middle and it's going to pause because it's got to cool down to 150 to home Z. So the Nevermore. Oh, the Nevermore. Oh, I thought you meant my thumbnail. You can't steal my thumbnail. The Nevermore. Okay, yeah. Absolutely. I've got two of them. This is the second one. First one I have, I'm probably going to build again, but just a word of advice, maybe not so bad on this one because the bed goes up and down, but on a 2.4, when it goes under your bed that is fixed on the bottom, don't print your Nevermore out of PLA. Don't print your Nevermore out of PLA. Do it out of ABS. What is what? What is the Nevermore? The Nevermore is a filter system that goes in the, it basically filters the air in your printer. So it sucks in all the fumes from the ABS or something. It takes charcoal, it takes a special kind of charcoal filter material you put in, and then it cleans the air as it circulates through. And then, of course, that kind of keeps your air clean, and it sucks then that before you blow all that stinky air into your room with your chamber fan exhausting, it cleans all that air before you blow it out. But don't print it out of PLA if you're doing it on a 2.4. PETG would work too, yeah. I had a brain fart. I printed it out of PLA and never even thought it's sitting below a bed that gets up to 110 degrees constantly sometimes, and it just kind of warped it a little. Your filter's a little bigger? Probably, yeah. Okay, so now it's home, but it's in the middle now. It's just waiting for the bed to cool down, or the nozzle to cool down to 150, and it cools down pretty quick. We're at 160 already. So we'll get this going, and we'll say goodnight. And I haven't even scheduled Sunday stream yet, guys. I don't know what I'm going to stream about Sunday. What I may do, I'll see. I think I've decided I'm going to attempt, and this is a big capital letters attempt, to clipperize that CR10S Pro that's on my floor behind me over here. I don't know if I can do it. I think I can do it, but I may attempt to do that. But I don't have a Pi. I've got to figure. I may have to get a orange Pi. There we go. Now we can do our. Oh, for some reason the temperature just spiked above 150 and it's stopped again. Why did the temperature spike? There we go. There we go. Okay, we're good now. Oh, don't tell me. Extruder heater not heating at expected rate. Oh, come on. I fixed that wire problem. See, that's why I'll be glad when there's not 150 wires running up to the hot end. Let's give it one more try. That's why I had this. Okay, those wire. I must have a. I've got to have a loose wire on that head again, because if you look at the temperature drops right here, look at that. There's the issue right here, causing me to get this error. That should not happen. Shut the door. I'll shut the door, but that's not gonna. That should not cause that much of a temperature dip. From 150 down to, oh well, that wasn't as big a dip as I thought here. Well, we'll try it again. Let's give it another shot here. Yeah, I think it was the bed. It was doing it before. No, it wasn't the bed before. It was the hot end, and I fixed I gave it a little more room for the that 14 pin connector going in, and it was fine for that whole print that I did last night. Let's see what happens here. The TV box, it runs Clipper. I have a Raspberry Pi here, but I don't know if it works. Something tells me it's not working properly. Okay, yeah, we just had the yeah, okay, well, we're having another issue here. I'm going to have to look at those wires again. I'm not going to fiddle with this too much right now. We just shut down again. Let's see what it did. Where's the, yeah, see right there. You can see right there on the graph. It did that spike drop again. And it's not even moving. So I've got a wiring issue here for sure. Oh yeah, definitely something going on in the back here. Yeah, when I wiggle the wires, I should not be able to flash my LED lights here. But you know what? Just for shits and giggles, we'll try that one more time. Let me close. Let me do that up. I've got a. If it keeps it up, I'm going to. What I'll end up doing if it keeps doing this is I'll end up replacing the 2-part PCB in the hot end here. I'll get a new board, a new PCB. The first part there, because where that 14 wire bundle is plugging in, I think it has done something to the wires in there because it was pulling it too tight. Either that or I've got to rewire that whole end or something. So we'll see. Hey, Kieran. Oh yeah, the CAN bus will be, when we get that in, we're definitely going to do that. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature right here and see if we get that drop again. See, that's the problem right here. And we shouldn't be doing that. So let's keep an eye right here and see if we get a drop again. So we're dropping down to 150 now for the homing. All I did was wiggle those wires a little bit more. And I notice now that I have my white LEDs coming on in the bottom. So there's definitely a connection problem with that 14 pin connector. I have no doubt in my mind that is what's causing my issues. You have a board I can use? Okay. I have a couple of the boards that are the 1-part boards, but I love the 2-part board. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we haven't crashed. We're fine now. We're doing the quad. I keep calling it quad gantry level. We're not doing the quad gantry level right now. We're doing the other one. This should be fine because I wiggled those wires. We should be fine. Yeah, I think it's the wire connector, James. I have no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. Because if we look now, after I move the wires around a bit, we have a nice steady. Look at this garbage here. And then now we have a nice steady temperature going right here. Now it's possible this could crash overnight. I'm not going to jinx myself by saying that, but you just never know. So we'll see. We'll just let it start and then we'll go. Go stock board just to show Clipper can make it better. Yeah. I have a stock board. But I guess I could. You know, the only real advantage to the two-part, the only real advantage is you can pull the cover off without having to unplug your fan wires and your with actually just the two fan wires and the LED wires. So that's the only advantage to going with the two-part board. But if you're not constantly pulling your cover on and off, that shouldn't be an issue. Anyways, we'll get this started. But yeah, I do have. But then again, we are getting the EBB put on here eventually. So. Let's see. Yeah, if it keeps doing that crap, I may just do that. Yeah, right here. Is this both of them? What's in here? You know, there's the yeah. So there's the original board for that hot end, and then there's what's this one? Actually, these two the same thing. One's oh no, I don't know what the difference is here. This one is a oh, this is an afterburner. That's for the afterburner, and this is for the stealth burner, right here. So I can always put this back on, which I may do if this keeps doing what it's doing. I think I'll swap it out and just put this on, and just deal with the plugs. So I've got another one here too somewhere. I've got the other stock board from the 2.4. Anybody want? I've got a couple of these. What are these inductive probes? I've got a couple of these inductive probes if anybody needs any. So, oh, and Richard, didn't you need one of these? If you're still on here, did you need one of these? I think you did. I'm not sure. Let me know. And I have another accelerometer. Okay. Lots of spare parts. Okay, let's put the tape up here. There we go. Mesh leveling's done. You do. Okay, there we go. Would you like this one? I'll put this with the other stuff I have for you. This is a nice one too. It's got the spring there, right? So that it's like the tension spring. So that's a nice one. That's a really nice one actually. So, yeah. Okay, well, there we go. Now you don't need one. Okay, well, we're going to start printing here. What other spare parts do I have in here while I'm looking? Yeah, there's another one. Oh no, that's the other. That's another afterburner board. So I got two afterburner boards. If yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's just make sure we're printing good here, and then I can actually go get entertained. Yeah, we look good. Yep. Perfect first layer again. What can I say? USB 3 cable. Cool. Okay. Let's turn this a bit. Gently. Okay, I will put that with the other two items I have for you. We'll get them. Let's just... And floor camera. Don't focus on the dirty doors. There we go. Looks like a nice amount of squish. A squish. Can I get you closer? How close do you want to get? That was funny last night when Neary's Chris was on, and he said that hot end is, or that hot end is far too close to the bed for my liking. Hey, NH3D, doing good. That's an ugly looking stuff. Look at those layer lines on it from there. That's under the bamboo though, because those are way too small color changes for something like this. I should have used a smaller nozzle. I'm going to change that eventually. That was just my first attempt at the AMS to do a multicolor print on the bamboo. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's looking just fine. Can I actually control my LEDs now? Let me see. Now that I got the wires all straightened out, if I go nozzle LEDs off, there we go. Yeah. Nozzle LEDs on. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Let's back out. Show it in all its glory. It's all locked down. Yeah, it's, I don't know. That may change. Who knows, right? That may change eventually. But this is looking good so far, so we're good. So let's see what 6 hours does for us. That's it. That's all. I'm going to go watch my movie. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I appreciate it. If you'd like to try one, you don't like having to use the cloud service on or order parts from only one place. Yeah, I don't think you're stuck with the cloud. You can put an SD card in it and print right from an SD card. Just slice for that printer. But the parts, the thing about the parts is that they're very inexpensive. And so far from what I've experienced, they're readily available. So anyways, I am going to go. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we will catch you guys later. We'll see you on Sunday on my live stream, which I don't know what I'm live streaming about yet, but we'll figure it out eventually. So you guys have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for hanging out. Bye for now. Are we done? Are we off the air yet? Are we we're off the air. They all think I know what. Oh my goodness, those guys are all such suckers. Oh, hang on, I'm not off the air yet. What's going on? Am I still? I'm not live. No, it says I didn't hit end broadcast. I can't believe I did that. They can't hear me though, right? No. They can't hear me. No. They can't. No. Really? Okay, they're gonna think I'm crazy if they hear me. I'm sure they can't hear me. But we'll see. What's going on? Good night, everybody.